Hi, I'm State Senator Michael Rodrigues, and thank you for tuning in to my October 2015 video newsletter. I'm happy to use this video to offer you updates and news from Beacon Hill. I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about the current drug addiction and opioid crisis that is ravaging the Commonwealth. This epidemic is one that has affected all of us deeply. On a personal note, I will tell you that the last 2 funerals I attended were the result of overdoses. These were people I cared about, whose lives were tragically cut short. Addiction is a disease, and disease does not discriminate. Far too many young, promising lives today are cut short by addiction issues. Last year, opioids killed more people in Massachusetts than car accidents and guns combined. Between 2000 and 2012, opioid-related deaths rose a staggering 90%. This epidemic is not slowing down, and we need to take serious, decisive action to reverse this devastating trend. This is a heartache that the South Coast community and the Commonwealth at large has been moved by. When I last spoke to you in my June video newsletter, I addressed the evolving issue of the state budget, which was passed shortly thereafter. Included in the budget were a number of funding sources for grants and programs which will give the Commonwealth new tools to combat this crisis. Included in the budget is $10 million for a substance abuse trust fund, which will fund a variety of treatment services, including detox, step-down, and outpatient treatment. $3 million for 150 new beds for post-detox treatment and stabilization. $3.1 million towards recovery high schools, which offer education and a second chance to teenagers with substance abuse problems. And an increase of $1.25 million to pay for our first responders, our firefighters and police officers. This was an amendment that I myself filed and Fall River takes great advantage of. And finally, the creation of a new program that allows cities and towns to buy Narcan, a life-saving overdose drug, at discounted rates. Addressing the addiction crisis has been a nonpartisan issue, and this past week, the Senate unanimously passed a substance abuse prevention bill, which laid out the groundwork for additional action against this epidemic. The bill prioritizes 3 paths to tackling this epidemic: preventing addiction, addressing overdoses, and holding the pharmaceutical industry accountable. The intent of this legislation is to change the culture around prescribing opiates and encouraging alternative solutions, and thus addressing opioid addiction at its source. More than 3/4 of heroin addicts begin with the use of painkillers, and we must be more vigilant about the use of narcotic prescriptions and move towards a safer alternative. In addition, the Senate's bill will add a screening within the school setting to reach kids before they become dependent on drugs. Each year, these screenings will reach 144,000 students in Massachusetts. To put that into perspective, that's the equivalent of filling Fenway Park almost 4 times. It now goes to the House for their consideration, and our hope is to have the bill signed by Thanksgiving. There is no time to waste. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in and for your interest in what's happening in the Massachusetts State Senate. As always, please feel free to reach out to me and make sure that your voices are heard. I thank you all.